They thought he was weak. They thought he was slow. They thought he would never last. In a place where strength was everything, Jake became the punchline. What nobody knew was that Jake's story was far bigger than their judgment. But one day, in front of everyone, Jake revealed a truth that silenced the entire warehouse. Stay until the end, because this moment will change the way you look at people forever. Jake was 22, new at a logistics warehouse in Ohio. He was tall but thin, his movements careful, his eyes always on the ground. The work was rough. Heavy crates, strict deadlines, supervisors shouting across the floor. Jake often lagged behind. It didn't take long before whispers started. "He's too slow. Won't last a week." The loudest voice was Rick. Rick was broad-shouldered, cocky, and loved to be the strongest in the room. Every day, Rick found new ways to mock Jake. "Move faster, Grandpa. My grandma carries more than you." Others laughed nervously. Some joined in, because laughing was easier than standing up. Jake never snapped back. He just kept working in silence, though his eyes revealed a pain nobody cared to see. At lunch, Rick often sat near him just to start jokes. "Careful with that sandwich, Jake. Don't hurt yourself." The table erupted with laughter. Jake ate quietly. He pulled a small photo from his pocket, a picture of a little girl with a wide smile. His daughter. No one noticed the way he looked at it, like it gave him strength. No one knew he carried medicine bottles hidden deep in his bag. One night his phone buzzed. His mother's voice trembled through the line. "Jake, don't push too hard. Remember what the doctor said." He whispered, "I'll be fine, Mom." The next morning the warehouse descended into chaos. A truck arrived early, stacked with boxes taller than a man. Workers groaned. Rick grinned. He shouted, "Let's see if Grandpa can handle this load." Eyes turned toward Jake, waiting for him to fail. Jake stepped forward without a word. He gripped a box, lifted it with steady force, and carried it across the floor. At first the men smirked. "He'll drop it any second," someone muttered. But Jake came back for another, and another. Sweat poured down his face. His arms shook, but his steps stayed steady. His silence grew heavier with every trip. Halfway through, he stumbled. A box slipped and crashed to the ground with a loud thud. Laughter exploded across the warehouse. Rick's voice thundered. "I told you, weak as always. Just quit before you embarrass yourself more." Jake froze, chest heaving, eyes down. For a moment it looked like he would give up. Then he bent down, grabbed the fallen box, and lifted it again. He gritted his teeth and finished the load as the room grew quiet. By the end of the hour, most of the unloading was done by him. Nobody laughed anymore. Finally, a coworker asked, "Why push yourself like this? Why not just admit you can't keep up?" Jake set the last box down and straightened. His voice was quiet, but every word cut through the silence. "Last year I couldn't even get out of bed after chemo. Today I can carry this, and that's enough for me." The warehouse froze. Rick's grin vanished, replaced by shame. That evening, Jake's mother arrived to pick him up. She smiled softly at the workers. "Thank you for looking after him. We almost lost him once, and every day he works is a blessing." The men exchanged guilty glances. The ones who had laughed now couldn't meet her eyes. Days passed, and the mocking stopped. At lunch, Jake no longer sat alone. People joined his table, offering conversation instead of ridicule. Rick kept his distance, but eventually he muttered under his breath, "You're tougher than I gave you credit for." Months later, the company gathered for a staff meeting. The manager announced a new wellness program to support employees with health challenges. He looked around the room. This idea came from watching one man's determination. His eyes landed on Jake. The warehouse erupted in applause. The sound echoed against the metal walls, louder than any laughter had ever been. Even Rick stood and clapped, his face red, but his respect undeniable. Jake lowered his head, humbled. never asking for recognition but finally receiving it. Because you never know the battles people fight when nobody is watching. The weakest-looking person may carry scars that hide unimaginable strength. Never underestimate people. Their silence may hide pain. Their slowness may hide struggle. And their story may reveal the strongest heart in the room. If this story moved you, subscribe to this channel for more timeless life lessons every week. Share it with someone who needs the reminder that judgment is easy, but compassion is powerful.